Hi guys, my name is Michael. Welcome back. So in this video, I'd like to bring your attention to a few things. I'm going to be talking specifically about gold and silver. I'm going to be sharing with you my bullish thesis for getting into gold and silver right now. But before I go into that topic, I want to just share a few updates with you guys. So if you take a look at this, in the month of July on this channel, I did a video titled July Will Not Lie. And in that video, there was a segment where I talked about steamy checks. I told you that I heard a word from the Lord, steamy checks, and that word came to me twice. And the second time I heard this word, it came with a footnote. It said, God knows what they are planning to do. And so when I shared that word in July, I put the word out in July. It was very interesting to see yesterday that a lot of people are talking about this information or this news that Trump might be sending out, quote unquote, stimulus checks, to American taxpayers, from the dividends of the tariffs that he has collected. So this is something that is making its way around social media and the news that there's a possibility that Americans might receive another round of stimulus checks, similar to what happened during the lockdown. So when I saw this information in the news, it just made me understand that things are beginning to move in a certain direction. So at a later date, I'm going to do a full video regarding what I believe comes next, after all this. But let's get right back into gold and silver. So as you guys know, on this channel, I've shared a lot. I've spoken to you guys a lot about gold. I've spoken to you guys a lot about, why gold, why now? And I've been speaking about gold for a long time. But even if you go to the early videos of this channel, you will see me talk about gold. As a matter of fact, last December, I predicted that we're going to see a $5,000 handle on the price of gold in the next 12 months. Today, the 5th of October, 2025, gold is almost $3,900. So we're getting to $4,000. So in my own opinion, I believe we are still on track for my prediction of $5,000 by the end of this year. So it's important for us to understand that. Now, a lot of people might be thinking about this like, why am I talking about gold and the price of gold? If you look at this video, another video titled The Golden Opportunity I did a year ago, if you see there, right, in this video, the price of gold a year ago was $2,470 when I did this video a year ago. The price of gold was $2,470. Today, the 5th of October, 2025, gold is over $3,800. Now, and that is over $1,000 added to the price of an ounce of gold. And many of you might look at it and say, you know what, Michael, so what, just $1,000 added to the price, Nvidia, if you look at Nvidia, all these tech stocks, they are doing better than gold. Bitcoin and all these other assets are doing better than gold. But a lot of people do not understand that gold is not supposed to increase in price this fast. It is not the norm. So we have not seen gold, right, move up so fast in such a short period of time. It doesn't happen. And the reason why this is happening is that a lot of the time gold is trying to tell us something, but most people are not listening. A lot of people coming into investment, crypto investment and all these, new assets, right, do not understand the role of gold in the global financial system. And that is why a lot of people do not pay attention to it, right? And so today, it is so important for us to understand that the price of gold is a barometer for the soundness and the health of the global financial system. So anyone paying attention knows that the moment you start seeing the price of gold go up, it means something is happening behind the scenes that a lot of people are not paying attention to. It also means that the confidence in the financial system is waning when you see the price of gold going up. So now that we are seeing this sudden increase in the price of gold, what it is telling you is that a lot of people are afraid of what comes next. People are scared. There is fear, right? So gold is a fear barometer as well. People are scared. And a lot of people, have reasons to be concerned, right, about what is going to happen next. I mean, there are so many indicators. There are so many alarm bells going off telling us that something is about to break or something disastrous is on the horizon. But a lot of crypto investors are not paying attention to these alarms. A lot of people are just waiting for Shiba to go up. A lot of people are just waiting for XRP to go to the moon or XLM. But you need to pay attention to these things, because one of the things that I've told you guys on this channel, right, the opportunities that are available, right, are baked with disruptions. And if you are disrupted, by these events that are about to play out, you will not be available. You will not be in the right standing to take advantage of the opportunities that we follow. So it's important that we have a holistic view of the global financial system, not just focusing on one area, which is crypto, right? You need to have a holistic view of what is going on in every part. So it's important for us to talk about gold. And I know most people be like, oh, why are you always talking about gold? Talk about Shiba, talk about this. Gold is very important in the global monetary reset that is ongoing as we speak. So if you take a look at this here, the governor of the Bank of India said gold prices are the new barometer for global uncertainty. So what it means is that people are unsure of the global financial system, right? A lot of people are seeing the indicators are flashing red that something is not right or something is about to go wrong. And this no matter how no matter how much you pay a blind eye to these things, when this thing starts happening, they will affect you one way or the other. Do you get? And that is why we need to focus on this. So with that in mind, I want to share with you a vision that I was given regarding gold. So I saw myself in China, the country of China, right? And I saw myself at an exchange, gold exchange, office or gold exchange store or whatever it is. And I saw people exchanging gold, 1 ounce of gold in China, for records amount of Chinese currency. It was a lot for just 1 ounce of gold. And as I observed this scene, I noticed that the price of gold in China was a lot. The price or the value of gold in China was a lot, because people would come to the store and just give 1 ounce of gold and they will come up with a lot of money. Do you get? So when I saw this vision, I was trying to understand what was going on. And some of the things that I got was that I don't know what is going to happen in China, right? I don't know what they are planning in China or what is going on behind the scenes in China. But there's going to be a premium placed on gold in China. The value of gold in China is going to rise rapidly. And I don't know how this is going to affect the value of gold globally, or if this is going to be a general, thing for gold. But I saw something happening in China that made gold, really valuable in that side of the globe. Do you get what I'm saying? In that side of the globe. And there's a lot I could translate. I could translate that vision into a lot of things, using various data points, right? But I don't want to give my understanding of it. I just want to put that word out there that I saw the price of gold or the value of gold, increase, massively in China. Do you get? So that's something that I want to put out there. Now, let me go into the opportunities. A lot of us understand that at the moment, right? Even if you're not financially literate, you can tell that we are in some sort of transition, right? A lot of people have been talking about the wealth transfer. People have been talking about the reset, the global reset or something like that. We all know, we all have, whether, you use a particular language or not, we all know that we are in some sort of transition, right? What we are transiting into, we might not have a clear picture of it yet, but we know that we are moving from one place to another when it comes to finance, right? And when you look at the news, you think about what Trump has been saying. Trump, coming into office, he talked about the golden age for America. When you take a look at what is happening, you can see that things are going on when it comes to finance. And it's important for us to pay attention to these things, because these events that will play out in the next couple of months have the potential to disrupt our day-to-day lives and your whole experience, if I can put it that way. So we know that there is a monetary reset currently ongoing, right? Russia came out and accused the United States recently of trying to use crypto to cancel their entire $35 trillion worth of debt. And that was in the news, right? Russia accusing US that US is trying to use stable coins and gold to cancel out their debt. We saw in the month of September, the US Federal Reserve started cutting interest rates. After holding interest rates high for a long period of time, they started cutting, right? And it's important to understand that whatever is going on right now, gold is going to play a central role. Whether it's the financial transition, whether it's the US strategy of using stable coins and gold, one way or the other, we know gold is going to play a pivotal role in this transition. As you guys can remember, Donald Trump, when he came into office, was the first president to require an audit of Fort Knox. And that is the area where the United States gold reserve is being kept. In a very long time, he's the first president in a long time to require an audit of that place. Now, we don't know the outcome of the audit because I think earlier in his term, he talked about he was going to go to Fort Knox and, inspect the gold, but no one knows what the outcome of that audit is. But what I'm trying to bring to your attention is that whatever is going on behind the scenes, gold is going to play an important role. And so it's important for us as investors, right, to hold a little bit of gold in our portfolio. Every sound investment portfolio, right, should have gold at its foundation. And one of the things about gold is that you do not need to hold a lot. A few, just little, 10% of your portfolio or 5%, in gold is all you need, just in case. A lot of people hold gold as insurance, right? And it's important that we understand this thing. And a lot of you might be thinking that, the price of gold has gone up so much. I've watched gold go from 2,400 last year to now over 3,800. Michael, is it still okay? In my own opinion, right, I believe that gold is still cheap. Now, if you look at the historical data of gold, right, in the last 53 years, gold has been basically suppressed in price. So what we are seeing in gold, right, is gold trying to reclaim or sort of get price discovery, because the price of gold that we are seeing right now, 3,800, is not the true value of an ounce of gold. So gold is trying to catch up for the last 53 years of suppression. So there is a big opportunity, right, between the current price of gold and the true value of an ounce of gold based on years of money printing and inflation. So there is an opportunity there in gold and silver. And anytime I'm talking about gold, I don't really focus on silver, but by extension, I'm also talking about silver. And you can see what is going on in the silver space. Silver is also moving rapidly. Do you get? So these assets, right, are not meant to move up in price this fast. So when you see them moving up in price, silver, gold, this fast, it means that there is something going on behind the scenes. And even though you do not know exactly what is happening, or we cannot tell what is going on, but we understand that plans are being made behind the scene to sweep to pull the rug from under people. And this will affect a lot of people, negatively, from the things that I have seen in my vision of what is, on the horizon, right? It's so important that we pay attention to these things. There is a financial transition ongoing, and you don't want to be on the wrong side. If you go down to my channel, in my early videos of this channel, I did a lot of videos talking about the chasm that exists between where we are and where we are heading to. And what you don't want to do is to fall into that, hole. Do you get? And that is why we need all these bridge assets like gold, XRP, and the rest. So it's so important that we understand this thing. Now, you might be asking at this point, how do I buy gold? How do I get into gold? How do I invest in gold? I've spoken about these things a number of times, but I'm going to go over it again. Now, the best way to own gold is to own it physically. Do you get? If you look at the whole crypto mantra, do you get? If you don't hold it, you don't own it, right? So always the first way would be to own it physically. So if you can buy the gold physically, that would be the best option, right? But we understand that not everybody have access to physical gold, or it might not be convenient for a lot of people. And so there are other ways to get exposure to gold. Another way to get exposure to gold is owning some of the gold ETFs. There are a lot of ETFs on the stock market that hold gold, and they track the price of gold, and they increase or reduce based on the price of gold. One of those ETFs is GLD, SPDR, GLD, by, I think, what's the name of this company again? State Street, I think. And then you have the IAU, I think that's BlackRock. gold ETF. And also you have the GDX, which is the gold miners ETF. So this is, an ETF that has all the gold producing companies in there. So GLD, IAU, or GDX will give you exposure to gold. So as the price of gold goes up, those ETFs will also go up. Another way to get exposure to gold is to buy the gold mining companies themselves. So the companies that go dig the ground and get the gold. Some of those companies are in the stock market, and you can get exposure to gold through them, because most times when the price of gold goes up, those companies hold gold, so their stock prices also go up. And one of the companies, and some of the companies, is FNV, which is Franco-Nevada. The ticker symbol is FNV. You also have Agnico Eagle Mines, which is AEM, and then you have Wheaton Precious Metals, which is WPM. So Franco-Nevada and Wheaton are both streaming companies, but they're a proxy for gold anyway. And also Agnico Eagle Mine. There are more gold companies, but these are my preference. I'm just telling you the ones that I would recommend, but there are more. There's GFI. There's so many gold producing companies, but these are just the ones that, these are the ones I would recommend. Another way to get, exposure to gold is using tokenized assets. And if you've been on this channel, I've talked about PaxG a lot. And even with the members, I share about my strategy with PaxG. And this strategy has really helped me, right? A lot of people that are in crypto space save their money in stable coins. I prefer to use PaxG, and this has been really beneficial for me, just storing in PaxG. Do you get? PaxG is a tokenized gold product by Paxos Gold. It tracks the price of spot gold, right? So as the price of gold is going up, this particular asset is going to go up. And PaxG is very liquid. It's available on a lot of exchanges. You have it on Kraken. You have it on KuCoin. It's available on, you have it on crypto.com as well. So it's available on a lot of exchange. And I think it's on the Ethereum blockchain. So very liquid, and, basically it's one of the best vehicles for tracking the price of gold when it comes to tokenized assets. Another one I found recently, I'm still exploring this one, is GoldGram and SilverGram, right? These are also instruments that can be used to track the price of gold, but these ones are available on the Stellar network. So you probably need a wallet like the Lobster wallet to get access to these ones, GoldGram and SilverGram. So if you want to get exposure to the price of gold or the price of silver, GoldGram and SilverGram on the Stellar network would be a good proxy. Then another one that, I think I have an account with these guys. I might even have some tokens in there. Kinesis Money. I used it at the early days, but they're still going on strong, right? And I know a lot of people have talked about it. So on Kinesis .money, which is basically like an exchange for trading gold and silver, tokenized gold and silver assets. So if you want to track the price of gold or the price of silver, you can check out Kinesis Money. And I think they even have a debit card and a debit card that you can spend directly from your gold or your silver assets, in the real world. So those are the ways you can get exposure to gold. So I'm just going to round this up by saying that gold is going to let me say this. We are in a financial transition, and gold is going to be an important asset in this. It's going to be an important, how will I put it, foundation, do you get, as we transition or as we navigate this financial transition that is currently ongoing. So if you're somebody out there that has been, thinking about it, or it's been on your mind, let this serve as a confirmation that you need to have some gold. And like I said, you don't need to have a lot. Just a little bit will be enough to weather the storms that are ahead. So guys, I just thought I'd bring this to your attention. There is still a huge opportunity in the price of gold. Remember, the prediction I gave when it comes to gold was for the next 12 months, $5,000, but we do not know what is going to happen by 2026, right? So if you're someone that is looking into saving for the long term, think about gold, research on it, look at the historical price patterns, look at how gold has performed in times of trouble as well. And you will see that, it is worth looking into. Anyway, guys, I just thought I'd bring this to your attention. If you like videos like this, please, like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.